Recently, I was asked if I could make a video tutorial on chicane landings. I have already done one, but I was encouraged to make a new version. In this video, I would like to demonstrate and comment on different variations of landing with the chicane, in German and English, which was the attraction for me to tackle it. Probably the most common problem on landing approaches will be decelerating the chicane. I practiced my first landings on the usual runway for airplanes. The approach is similar to that of an airplane, and the chicane can also break. I noticed how much you have to work with the collective, and I was able to get used to the inertia of the helicopter. Once I had managed to land the chicane this way, I quickly got fed up with it. One of the things I find so cool about helicopters is that they can land and take off anywhere. Well, almost anywhere. So it was all about solving the problem of slowing down in flight. In my imagination, you simply pull the nose of the helicopter upwards and it should slow down. However, this is not the case, at least not completely. If you don't reduce the collective when pulling up the nose, you will quickly gain altitude, which is unfavorable when attempting to land. So you have to pull the nose up and reduce the collective at the same time. The problem with this is that you don't really generate much counter thrust, unless you do the whole thing quite brutally. So pull the nose of the helicopter upwards, reducing the collective. When you have reached a high angle of attack, increase the collective briefly to the maximum. The helicopter should have a slight upward momentum, and at the same time rapidly reduce its forward speed. As soon as you are below 100 km/h, calm maneuvers should bring the chicane safely to the finish line with a little practice. Another method of slowing down the helicopter quickly is to make a very hard turn. This involves flying slightly past the point where you want to land. Then pull the helicopter quickly to the side, reduce the collective and turn it so that the main rotor points in the opposite direction of flight. Once you have reached this position, increase the collective again to decelerate the flight. VRS is a frequent guest here, but it is easy to intercept with a little practice. Then all that remains is to bring the bird safely to the landing point. Instead of turning sideways, a loop can also be very helpful to lose speed. I usually have the landing gear extended, as this allows me to make faster turns via the pitch axis. Once you are close to your landing point, pull up the nose of the helicopter. As soon as a climb rate of 12 meters per second has been reached, reduce the collective to 0% and complete the turn. If the helicopter turns away from the ground, the collective can be increased again to stabilize the helicopter.
VRS. 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 Tail rotor failure.